I started by doing a psychology degree at University College London. Then I moved on to a PhD in social psychology, and in fact I had no idea of criminology or anything like that except for one lecture. Then the time came to get a job, and there was a bit of a crunch in the academic area that I wanted to study in. So I ended up, after several months, getting the choice between doing criminology in the Home Office of the UK and being a naval psychologist with an office over the Admiralty Arch on Trafalgar Square. And that turned out to be rather a boring job, so I went for the Home Office, and frankly I've never looked back. Right, Five Eyes is an attempt to capture knowledge of good practice in crime prevention in order to improve people's performance. And it's really about capturing know-how, how you do the prevention, how you adjust it to context, how you replicate and how you innovate. Five Eyes is an attempt to get to grips with the real complexity and messiness of everyday crime prevention as it happens on the ground. The problem with previous frameworks has been that they've attempted to be too simple in order just to get the message across to people very quickly without much training. For example, here I'm thinking of SARA, which is scanning, analysis, response and assessment of problem-oriented policing. That approach where you try and get the police to focus on problems rather than practices and procedures. Five Eyes, for example, breaks the response stage of SARA down into these three: intervention, implementation and involvement. And each of these stages and steps, it can break down ever further into detail. So, for example, involvement you can further split up into activities such as partnership, climate setting, which is where you get people's attitudes and expectations aligned so that they come to accept the ways you're doing crime prevention, and mobilisation, which is where you actually try to get people and organisations and companies on the ground to take on particular crime prevention roles or do particular crime prevention tasks. And there's quite a lot of detail even within that. So it's a kind of branching tree structure that picks up knowledge and organises it in a way that you can retrieve it relatively efficiently.